Good morning, folks. Welcome back to my channel. Today is October the 10th, 2023. This will likely be my last video of this year. As you can see, I was showing you the cover crop that I've got in my tunnel right now. And I finished up the tomatoes somewhere around the 20th of August. Came in there, pulled the plants up, tilled it up, and planted the cover crop. Now what I use for a cover crop is it's called Caliente 99 mustard. It's a hot mustard, and it's also called a biofumigant. If you'll look up the information on the biofumigant, then I won't have to explain all of it to you. I also planted some, it's called Daikon radish or tillage radish. And I get mine from Rupp Seed. They call them penetrator. And if you'll hang on just a minute. Now this is what they do. And this is a small one. These things will get, I don't know, they can get 2 inches in diameter and 12, maybe 14 inches long. And I picked this one early because I'm not that concerned about getting the penetration this year. But they are absolutely great for hard soils. When you till them up, plow them up, whatever you do, a lot of times if they're long enough, they'll leave a little cavity in there. And what they will do is they will suck up all your potassium and your phosphorus and even some of the nitrogen, and they hold it in that root. So when you till it up, and it decomposes, it re-releases it back into your soil. Now, I'm going to tell you the downside of my tomatoes this year. I had a good crop, sold everything we wanted to sell, but at the end of the year when I was pulling I cut the stems, pull all the plants out, pick up all the tomatoes, and then I come back and pull each stem out of the ground. I don't want to till those under. And I noticed what's called a canker, rough spot, little cracking on it. So I sent that sample off to the University of Arkansas, to Sherry Smith. She's our diagnostic lady. And she said I had bacterial wilt. Now she observed that through the microscope and also by the canker that was on there. But the thing is, I had no symptoms on the plant. As far as the outside, the leaves, the fruit, and all of that. Bacterial wilt, there's no cure for it. You're done for it. And I'm going to have to remove, of course I did, I removed all the plants. It'll be 2 years before I plant tomatoes back in there. But bacterial wilt, normally when it hits you, it will just, one day your plant looks healthy, the next day it is wilted, and it is done for. And I did not have that. And lo and behold, the only plant, the only tomato that I can find that has any resistance to bacterial wilt is what I've been raising, Florida 7514. It is listed in its resistance. So I can't explain it all up to you, but the plant obviously at least was in the beginning stage of it, but it did not kill any of my plants. And the leaves looked good, everything was fine. Nutrient level, everything was fine. But I'm not going to go in there next year and take a chance of having crop failure. So we are going to raise strawberries in our tunnel the next 2 years. So I'm fixing to terminate my cover crop in here. And of course, terminate means I'm going to end it. I've got a flail mower, 5-foot flail mower. I will come in there and chop the top of the greens and the radishes up to just little tiny pieces. Then I'll come in there with my either my tiller or my disc. Probably just come in with my tiller, because as you can see, I'm getting my soil wet right now. And then I will turn it under, let it rot, and come back in a few weeks, and I will make my strawberry beds, getting ready for next year. And one of the reasons I want to get my beds made now is because I'm going to have the moisture. Now once you go through all winter and you don't have any moisture, it's going to be, you're going to come in here in February, March and try to get water in there, and that's not going to be real easy because I'm pumping out of the creek. So you're dealing with frozen water lines. So I think it'd be a little easier for me to go ahead and do it right now. I have raised strawberries in this tunnel behind me before, and they did quite well. One of the things about them is they're going to be early, and you're going to be able to have the cleanest berries you've ever seen in your whole life. So I am going to do them a little different this year. Rather than using plastic, I'm going to come in with 3-foot wide ground cover, for the simple reason that if I want to sprinkle those strawberries, the water will go through the ground cover. And I can still lay it with my mulch layer. It's designed for 3 foot, so everything is looking really good. I'm on a schedule for next year. Actually excited about the strawberries. Now, if you're, and here's the deal, most y'all know, I wished I had the plants now. I would be picking strawberries next spring. I do not have the plants right now. I won't be able to get them until about the 1st of March or April. So there's advantages and disadvantages the way I'm doing it. I'll be able to put the plants in the spring, and then by fall time they're going to be big. They're going to be large size, they're going to be healthy. All I got to do is just cover them up, lay them by till the following year, which will be, 2025. I'll have a super big crop in 25. I'll also be able to keep the same plants and have a crop in 26. So I can get 2 years out of them. I'm actually running a small break from the tunnels next year. You know, as far as my schedule, on the farm here, we're putting in a lot of blackberries, and they're going to take a lot of time. One of the things I've said time and time again, I believe tomatoes are the hardest crop there is to raise. You're dealing with everything from diseases to nutrition to insects to, if you're outside, drought, hot weather. And so I'm actually wanting just a little break from them. I did do some field tomatoes this year. They did not do great. I had some, I sold some, but the harvest period was really short. We went into a really hot summer, lots and lots of 100-degree days in July and August, when these were really coming off. August is when they came off real good, early August. And just all kinds of problems with them. Disease wasn't too bad, but the weather just beat them up, made them look bad, kept them water, but still, as I've said before, when you get to 100 degrees, the tomato plant shuts down. And so you get all things like, you'll get some cracking and what I call checking and surface disorders, you know, and they just look terrible. Did have more trouble with bugs, and I knew I would. And of course, I just spray for that. That's not a super big problem. Sold some of them, gave a lot away, gave some away for folks that wanted the cans. So, as I've told you before, I do these videos for educational. They have nothing to do with me trying to make money off of YouTube. I could care less about that. Hopefully in the next year or two, I'll get a little better at being able to do some content and putting some links and stuff in here. I'm too busy right now, but my wife is fixing to retire, and hopefully she'll help me with all the editing. So, pray and hope y'all have a great year. Right now, if any of y'all have watched the news, you know that Israel's declared war against Gaza and Hamas. Pray for the nation of Israel is all I ask. All right, see you next time. God bless.